Hi, welcome to my channel in John's Universe. My name is John, and today I'm going to talk about multiple streams for revenue regarding how you can make money on YouTube. There's more than one way or two ways. So I'm just going to expand upon it a little bit. I know I talked about it the other day and I said I'd go back on my next video and detail a little bit more of the information. And this is important that you can make money on YouTube. That's one of the reasons people get into it, and solely the reason that some people get into it. My reason is I think I said on the previous video, I enjoy it. I think it's fun. It's a good hobby. It's a way of leaving a legacy for my grandchildren and my great grandchildren in the future. Plus, like I said, it gives me something to do. And if I can make money out of doing it, I'm going to do it. Now, I'm totally unprepared today. I didn't have a chance to put up bullet points. So I'm going to just basically read from a script that I have. And I'm sorry, I just don't have the time today. I've got things I need to do. But I wanted to get this video out because I believe it's important. Let's see. So the first thing I want to talk about is ad revenue. And this is called the YouTube Partner Program. Now, YouTube pays creators a percentage of what they receive in ad revenue if you get to a certain point. Now, for instance, to get to that point, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and you have to have 4,000 watch hours. Now, the watch hours are calculated over the course of a running year. So, for instance, if I got 4,000 watch hours in February, I'd have until next February to maintain that 4,000 watch hours. And, uh, I believe it, you don't lose any of those watch hours. Possibly you don't lose any. I'm not sure. But I believe the more subscribers you get, the more watch hours you're gonna get. So that's how you get into the program. Let me see. And it says here you have to apply and get accepted into the program. I don't know if that's true anymore. Let me see. I think they automatically send you a notification that you've been monetized. Congratulations, or whatever the hell they put on the email. Uh, so I don't think you have to apply for it. But if you get to that point of at least 1,000 subscribers and at least 4,000 watch hours, if you don't get notification from YouTube, contact them. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about. All right. How much can you earn? Creators earn based on CPM, which is cost per mil, which is the amount advertisers pay per 1,000 ad impressions. The average CPM is $3 to $5 per thousand views. Now, if you have something that's niche specific, that's in higher demand that advertisers are looking for instance, right now it's in finance, it's in health, or it's in tech, they'll pay you a little bit more as far as uh, what you can earn. That could be anywhere from $10 to $50, dependent upon that demand. Now, for instance, a video with 100,000 views at $5 per CPM could earn $5 in ad revenue. All right, so that's how you get money. And the ad revenue is perpetual. Unless they shut down your YouTube channel for some reason, you'll be getting that ad revenue. Now, it could go up and down depending upon your watch hours and so forth and so on. But that's something that you can look forward to as an income that's going to continue. Now, something that could be a little bit more lucrative is called sponsorships and brand deals. Brands pay you to feature or promote their products or service in your videos. Now, this is the one of the most lucrative income streams for creators. And how it works is identify brands that align with your audience and niche. Now, you could reach out to those brands directly, which I don't know if that's the best idea. From what I listened to and so forth and so on, the brands will hire somebody to make contact with you if they want to deal with you. Once they deal with you, you can negotiate the rates and you can negotiate uh, whatever they want to negotiate. Just beware. There's some products that you may not want to sponsor, and there's some products that you want to sponsor. Now, let me caution you on this. If you sponsor a brand, and say they pay you $10,000. All right, that may be a one-time deal. They may not like what you're putting up there, and after the contract period is over with, you're not going to get that $10,000 or that $1,000 or whatever you negotiated. So that could be a one and done, and it's important to look for multiple opportunities for brand and sponsorships. Now, another way, let me see, why brands love senior citizens, because senior citizens they believe that you have an authenticity and they could trust you. Older creators have a more loyal and engaged audience, and this is true from what I've read. Now, niche opportunities that seniors can avail themselves to is travel, mobility aids, or hobbies that resonate well with older audience. Now, if somebody reaches out to me because of my mobility aid, I mentioned in my previous video that I have a rollator, and it's basically uh, let's see, a walker that has a seat on it, that has wheels on it, that I use to maneuver myself around. I have a cane, but the cane is not giving me the support and the stability that I wanted in the future. And as I get older, I'm using the rollator more and more. Plus, I use the rollator as a hand cart sometimes. When I unload my car, I put a lot of stuff on the seat. It'll hold up to 300 and something pounds. So I could put a case of water and I could put my briefcase and whatever on the seat and roll it into my apartment, and I'm good to go. So that's why I use my rollator. Now, the potential earnings for brand sponsorships, let me get back to that. Now, smaller channels, anywhere between 1,000 and 10,000 subscribers, could get $50 to $500 per video. A medium channel, which is 10,000 to 100,000 subscribers, can get anywhere between $500 and $10,000 per video. And larger channels, anywhere between 100,000 plus subscribers, can get 10,000 per video. And that's a substantial amount. Now, another way that you can make money, let me get to my right page here, is through affiliate ads. Now, I mentioned my rollator before. I can put an affiliate ad in my description beneath my video and link it to where I bought it on Amazon, link that specific item that I bought. Now, suppose somebody gets into that and they say, hey, I really like the idea of a rollator. Let me check out Amazon. They click on that link. The link is automatically, it's my link. They can identify it. So if somebody clicks on it and buys that item, I can get some money on it. Now, it's not going to be a lot of money. It's going to be some money. From what I've read, it could be anywhere between 5% up to 50%. But I don't know if 50% is a legitimate number. That I think that was not true, but who knows? Maybe it is. Now, I'm going to mention the affiliate programs, and I just mentioned Amazon. There's a thing called Share a Sale, Rakuten, or niche-specific programs. Now, you could also create content that naturally incorporates these products and do a tutorial or a top 10 list and make those affiliates. And when people link onto those, you can get money that way. Let me see. Potential earnings. Now, for instance, I mentioned anywhere between 5%. It's actually 4% to 50%, depending on the product and the program. I'm not sure if it's 50%, as I mentioned, but who knows? For instance, if you promote a $100 product with a 10% commission rate, you'll earn $10 per sale. That's a no-brainer. And this examples for seniors, what you can do, you can talk about smartphones. Again, mobility scooters or home exercise equipment, which I don't do anymore. No home exercise equipment. That's a video of another sort some other time. But I do have a mobility scooter that I use when I'm going, like if I go to the zoo, if I go out traveling, if I go down to Disney or something like that, I bring my own mobility scooter with me. One of the other things that you can do is you can offer merchandise and digital products. You can sell physical or digital products directly to your audience. So, for instance, it builds. You can build brand loyalty amongst your subscribers if they're willing to buy your products online and promote you. Now, for instance, you can use platforms like Teespring, Spreadshirt, or Printify to create custom merchandise. There's other places out there. You can use Vistaprint. You can use mugs.com. And you can get branded mugs, t-shirts, tote bags, or hats featuring your logo or catchphrases. I don't have a catchphrase yet, but eventually I will. I don't even think I have a logo that I'm thinking about yet, but that may be forthcoming in the future too. Now, another thing that you can do is create digital products. So you can create and have downloadable items. For instance, ebooks. I can promote an ebook if I decide I want to, come up with an ebook saying, "Hey, 10 tips for staying active after 70." Uh, I could do that if I wanted to. I can offer online courses or workshops. For instance, how to start a YouTube channel for beginners. And these are all possibilities. Or I can create guides or templates for my particular niche. Again, potential physical products, profit margins that depend upon the base cost and selling price. For instance, you could buy a t-shirt for $10, a pretty good quality t-shirt, and then you could sell it for 25 bucks, and that'll earn you $15 per sale. Now, the digital products that I mentioned, that's 100%. You don't have to ship it. You don't have to worry about it getting lost in the mail or UPS losing it or FedEx losing it or something like that. So that's something that you should consider in the future. It's not a necessity now, but it could add to your total revenue stream, and that's really what you're trying to do. Now, one of the other things that you can do is you can create a Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee campaign. Now, Patreon, I'm not sure if everybody knows what Patreon is. Patreon is a program that you could set up with a subscriber base. Now, for instance, I don't have one yet, but I'm thinking about doing it because I do support a couple other channels. It's a nominal amount. It's only $5 a month, but I have access to exclusive videos. I have access to sometimes they'll do a giveaway, and I've gotten some giveaways for free, and that's what these Patreon or these people or these creators do. They go out and they buy some products and they offer some giveaways to their Patreons, which is a great thing for me as far as it keeps me engaged, and again, it gives me opportunities to check out the behind the scenes. Now, there's one subscriber that I deal with that I become a patron for. And what she does is she gives an in depth analysis of her YouTube journey. And she's gone in a year up to 90 something subscribers, or 92,000 subscribers, which is a phenomenal thing in itself. But what she talks about is the program that she edits with. And she goes over in detail and she shows on the screen how to edit, how to do this, what kind of camera she uses, all the behind the scenes uh, things that make her YouTube channel a success. And I kind of like that because I think it adds credibility to her and she gives good information. And I really appreciate that. Let me see. There's something else that YouTube just started not too long ago. It's called Join, and you'll see it at the bottom of some subscribers. I'm sorry, some videos. Now, I don't have one yet because I don't think I've gotten to that point yet where YouTube will automatically say, "Hey, do you want to be in our join program?" And it's basically the same thing as Patreon, but it's hosted by YouTube, and YouTube gets part of that money, just like Patreon gets part of that money, just like Buy Me a Coffee gets part of that money. And I can put links to Buy Me a Coffee, to some of these other things on there when I'm ready. I guess in future videos I'll put some links into it. Let me see. Let me get down here. Yeah, I mean, again, potential earnings for some of this ancillary membership and fan supports. Uh, if you get a loyal group of people, And for instance, suppose you have 50 members that are paying $10 a month, which is a little bit steep. I would try to keep it at $5 a month to begin with, maybe even less. And what you want to do is give them a reason to stay on Patreon, and you can offer different levels. And I could talk about the different levels of Patreon for those people who don't know what the hell I'm talking about in future videos. But for instance, if you get to 50 members that are paying $10 a month, that's $500 a month or $6,000 a year. That adds up considerably. Now I know there's a Disney channel that the person who started this particular Disney uh, group as a creator, she was on another channel and doing their work for them, and she wasn't getting paid what I think she was, supposed to get paid or what she was worth. So her and her husband started their own YouTube channel, and she had a lot of patrons that used to be on the other channel that gave up on the other channel and switched over to her. So she's making a lot of money uh, just from the Patreon group. Plus, she's got a lot of subscribers now. And it's never going to be like Mr. Beast, who has a little over 300 million subscribers. He's making $25 million just in ad revenue. And that's not including his sponsorships or anything else that he's gotten himself involved in. So, uh, as I mentioned in a previous video, there's no way in hell I'm ever going to catch up to that. I'm too old, and I don't think I'll live long enough to get to that point. But who knows? All right, I'm getting off the subject a little bit. See, I have a tendency sometimes to have diarrhea of the mouth and constipation of the brain, and I get away from my subject matter. So let me continue with what I want to talk about. Another opportunity for making money is crowdfunding. Now, use crowdfunding to raise money for specific goals, like producing a series or upgrading your equipment. Uh, Basically, what you are, you're begging for money, and I'm not going to beg for money at my age. I mean, yeah, I'd like to have money. I'd like to have people say, "Hey, we're going to give you money. We're going to give you, your Patreon thing." But I don't know about crowdfunding. No, I'm not sure about that. I mean, the crowdfunding, for instance, is Kickstarter, and they've been very successful Kickstarter campaigns, and is GoFundMe, which is a successful thing. But Kickstarter and GoFundMe also get some of that money that is set aside for you. And I know a couple of years ago, GoFundMe had a problem with somebody that created some fraud. Again, it's just not for me, and I'm just not gonna do it. It's not in my wheelhouse right now. Uh, Another thing, you can earn money from YouTube Premium program. Now, the Premium program is when people don't want to look at the ads. They pay a premium each month to remain ad free when they're going through your videos. But YouTube recognizes this and is willing to pay you that percentage that you would normally have gotten if they weren't a paid program, which is pretty good. So there's no extra effort involved in that, and this income stream is automatic once you're in the YouTube Partner Program. Now the last thing is live streams. Now I've seen a lot of live streams, and they say live streams and super chats and engage your audience in real time through live streams while earning money. Viewers can send super chats, paid messages, or super stickers to show support doing a live example. I've seen this happen quite a bit, especially when I'm following some of the Disney creators. They'll do a live stream, for instance, New Year's Eve. And these people are out there day in and day out in all kinds of weather, and they're doing their live streams, and they're spending the whole day out there. And it's kind of, I think they should be able to get paid a little bit for that. So a lot of people will send this super chat to them. It may be a nominal amount, could be $5, it could be up to 100 or more, saying, "Hey, great job. We appreciate you being out there. Go have a drink on us or a popcorn on us and donate $10 to them. So that's what a super chat is. All right, now I'm just going to wrap it up for today. The key takeaways from today is you can diversify your income stream, which I think is important, because don't rely on just one. So what you want to do is combine your ad revenue, your sponsorships, your affiliate marketing, and products to maximize earnings. Leverage your niche. Focus on topics that resonate with your target audience for better engagement and monetization opportunities. And then you want to start small and grow. Begin with one or two income streams and then expand as your channel grows. You don't want to put all these opportunities for income streams out there right away because it's hard to manage. It's confusing to your audience, uh, and then you're basically looking like you're begging for money, and you don't ever want to beg for money. If money's going to come your way, it's going to come your way. Just do the best you can to put out good, honest content. Be real with your customers or your subscribers. Uh, don't BS your way through it. If you don't know something, tell them, hey, I don't know. I just don't know, and I'll find out, and I'll put it in a future video. And if you have any questions, make sure you use the comments down below. I've had some great comments. I've only put up 2 videos so far, and I've had some great comments regarding, hey, we appreciate your approach. We like your honesty. And that's important to me as a person. And I'm going to continue to do that. That's what I want to do. And if money comes afterwards, fine. If it doesn't come, that's fine too. But I'm going to do my best to monetize and maximize the amount of time that I have left on this earth. So that's it for today. Hopefully, you'll see some bloopers at the end. I got a real big blooper to talk about that that happened yesterday, and it's part and parcel to this. But I'm going to talk about that in the bloopers section. So after this video, there'll be a blooper section, and hopefully you'll get a little kick out of John making an ass of himself. It is what it is, and that's what happens when you get old. Well, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. You have a good day. Hi, this is the beginning of my bloopers section. And I mentioned before when I finished the main part of the video that I had a big blooper that happened yesterday. Yesterday, I recorded this same video. And when I checked it out, said and done, there was only the audio files. The video files were not there. So evidently, I didn't set the camera up properly, and it did not record the video. I mean, it was a 24-minute video. What I did was I printed out the script, and this is 6 pages of script that I went through yesterday, and it just drove me crazy that I had to do it again. However, it may have had a silver lining for me, because when I looked at the script, I looked at it over pretty well, and I said, I mentioned the word 33 times, that phrase, during the course of this 24-minute video, which it's a no-no. I've got to get better at it. And that was just a way for me to bring attention to it. So like I said, there may have been a silver lining in it. And that was my big blooper from yesterday. I wasted a good part of an hour recording it and everything. And I had to do it over again, but I'll learn my lesson. I learned it the hard way. So there'll be more bloopers from this episode that I just finished. So once I get, finished stitching it all together, if I can figure out how the hell to do this, I'll put it all together and you can listen to my bloopers for today, in addition to what I just talked about. Thank you. Now, as a senior, you can, let me see, where the hell are my pages? 7. There we go. Let me see. Next page. Where the hell am I? This is based on. Oh, I'm here. All right.